All right, everyone, welcome back into another NBA DFS video. My name is Eric Polzin. You can follow me at 905 Sports. Going to be breaking down this 11-9 12-game slate. All right, we had one of the games get moved up earlier, so not going to be on the slate, okay? Just be on the lookout for that. It's going to be the Magic versus the Mavericks game. Got moved up, not on the main slate. Just so you know, personally, I like that. It makes the slate a little bit easier, but it is going to bump up the ownership of Giannis and maybe even Jokic. We'll touch on that in this video. If you guys enjoy the coverage, make sure to give a like and subscribe. If you guys want access to any of the tools that you see in this video, make sure to click the link in the description below. All right, let's get into the picks. All right, so we have a ton of injury news on this slate. Obviously, it's a big slate. But the good thing is most of it is news that we've already had on a slate before. The only big one is going to be Jrue Holiday is doubtful, most likely not going to play. There is some value plays that are going to be opening up that I kind of like. So stay tuned for that. Obviously, Giannis is going to get a bump. Actually, we'll just touch on it right now. So Giannis doesn't really get a usage bump. Okay. Still stays the same. About a massive usage bump. Doesn't change at all. But his DK points, FanDuel points does go up about 4. Okay, so let's just say this game stays close. He should be able to go off. Obviously, has a great matchup against OKC. He is someone that you're going to try to pay up for. With it being a 12-game slate, you should be able to pay up for him as well. And then a lot of people are probably just going to go to Javon Carter, and I'm fine with that. Okay, but like data-wise, we haven't really seen him get a big usage bump or DK bump with Jrue Holiday off the court. Okay, so he should be the play that he is already, but maybe it's just more safe, if that makes sense. Like if Jrue Holiday was playing, you probably still would have maybe thought about Javon Carter at this price point in this matchup, okay, going against OKC. Well, with Jrue Holiday out, that should just like cement his production, okay? Maybe about 20 or so DK points, FanDuel points. But the two biggest kind of plays, I think, are going to be Bobby Portis and then another one, Jordan Norwell. So Bobby Portis actually gets a big usage bump, about 11% with Jrue Holiday off the court, which is nice. And then his per 36 DK average, which he's not going to get to, just so you know, and FanDuel average is about 50. Okay, but we know most likely not going to get 36 minutes. Okay, for playing Bobby Portis, we're hoping that he gets around 30 minutes. Does get a great matchup once again against OKC that all bodes well for him. The issue with Portis is that we're paying up for him. Now, I do want to point out on FanDuel, guys, a much better play there for Bobby Portis. So if you are someone that's playing on FanDuel, that would be where you want to look because he's a great price point play there. I don't want to say he's a lock, but at that price point, going to be tough to pass up on him. Okay. And just as an FYI, guys, I don't think the data has just updated yet to factor in Jrue Holiday sitting. Okay. And he's already still like a pretty solid value play on FanDuel. Okay. So someone I'm looking at there. And then an interesting play here as well. I'm not sure you have to make it, but could. Jordan Norwell. So he is someone that as a Bucks fan, I'm a Bucks fan. You guys can see the Bucky Badger in the background here. He has kind of been frustrating because when he a couple of years ago, even last year, seemed like someone that could be an asset to this team. And thus far this season just has not looked great. He comes in and starts chucking the ball up at the hoop. Not playing great basketball. But for some reason, and I just think they kind of shift Giannis to, more control of the basketball and then kind of play size, especially with Chris Middleton out right now. So he is someone that could get 20 to 25 minutes, especially in this matchup against OKC, which could end up being a blowout. Okay. With Giannis out against OKC, he did play 22 minutes and had 19 DK points. The key thing here is that when he has gotten the minutes, like I said, he shoots the ball a lot, 10 and 9 minutes in those 2 games in which he has gotten some minutes. So part of this play is, hey, could be a blowout. Part of this play is Jrue Holiday's out. Don't exactly love it, but you could go there. And I spent way too much time on the Bucks for the opening of this video, but that is the true biggest difference on the slate from what we have seen prior injury-wise. And then, yes, Kyrie Irving going to be out, but also Yuta Watanabe. I think I got that. He's also out as well, which could open up some value for Brooklyn as well. So touching on that real quick, Cam Thomas has been someone that has been highly productive. His usage rate with those two off the court is about 26%. Okay, which is obviously high, and this is per 36. DK average about 35. Okay, so that's obviously what we like, and that's per 36. That is about a 7% bump in his usage rate, which is great there. And then Joe Harris, actually, not a sexy play. Okay, not even someone I particularly want to go out of my way to play, but kind of at his price point, 4.2 is a cheap price point. Okay, we've seen him be a little bit more productive lately. Look at what he did against Charlotte. 10 shot attempts, 2 for 10. Terrible. But then against Dallas, 6 for 10. Okay, so if he can just shoot the ball decently, could be a good play for you on this slate. And that's the big issue. He needs to shoot the ball well. We look at the usage rate. He does get about a 5% to 7% bump with those two off the court and gets about a 8 to 10% bump in fantasy points. And I say that because it's different for FanDuel and DraftKings. Okay, so he is someone that, sure, could get you around 25 DFS points. Let's put it that way. So it could be an okay play for you as well. So that's pretty much it for the slate impacting news that we haven't previously seen before. So let's just break down who are the top value plays as it sits right now. We'll start with FanDuel here. Cristiano Coloco popping up there once again. FanDuel, he is pretty cheap. Let's see the minutes here. 23. He is someone that does need to get the minutes to be a strong play, but could be there. Love to see Joe Harris popping up there as a value on FanDuel. You would probably want to look to play Bobby and Joe Harris. Okay, just given the price point value. Javon Carter, pretty cheap across the board. He is someone you can look at right now. I hope that there is better value that opens up as the night goes on. And once again, if it does, guys, Discord chat below, link to that below. Be there for that pre-lock talk, okay? That'll help you out immensely, especially on these bigger slates. He is someone for now, solid value, but once again, we want better value to open up because we could get 30 DK points, FanDuel points out of him. It's just not that likely. Should be a safe play, don't get me wrong. Grayson Allen, he's someone kind of like Joe Harris. If he can get hot, sure, it'd be a fine play. Not someone I'm particularly going out of my way to play. Royce O'Neal, a lot cheaper on FanDuel. He is someone that is a decent play. I get it. Miles Turner. So Miles Turner, a much better play on DraftKings. Still priced too cheap, but FanDuel, you could play him as well. Okay. If you guys are someone that plays on both slates, FanDuel and DraftKings, play Miles Turner on DraftKings instead of FanDuel. Just price point wise, it makes the most sense. And then from there, nothing too crazy just yet. So let's switch it up. We'll get into DraftKings value. Miles Turner, like I said, guys, way too cheap. I don't really get this. So we pull up Miles Turner here, and he is a strong point per minute player. It's literally just, are those minutes going to be there? That's been the question with him thus far this season. We've seen 2 games against Brooklyn and against Chicago, didn't get 30 minutes. The other games in which he got 30 minutes, 54, 31, and 62 DK points. Okay, that upside is there. That upside is something that you cannot pass up on, especially in GPPs. Like if you are someone that plays multiple builds, he is someone you got to look at. And you can even look at on FanDuel. But given his price point on DraftKings, he should be a great play. And I wonder when we get into the ownership preview if he's going to be the highest owned player on the slate on DraftKings because of that, because he's too cheap. Javon Carter once again popping up. DFS popping up. Interesting there. He's an okay, kind of just, I talk about shoulder shrug plays a lot, like players that, if you're closing out your build and you end up on them, you're not going to rebuild your lineups. That's him to me. Kind of same thing with Malik Monk, who's been playing better as of recent. Could play him. I do actually really like Darius Garland. He's going to be the lowest of the lowest price point of players at the guard position, at the point guard position, that I think can go for 40 DK points, 40 FanDuel points. Okay, he is priced up a little bit too much on FanDuel. We can see the difference here. Like he's someone you're playing on DraftKings and not FanDuel. And then from there, no one really popping up too much. That's like too obvious. I'm a little bit shocked that the value play that we gave you guys last week or 2 slates ago, Andrew, I'm not going to butcher his last name. He came in and did play a lot of minutes. He was someone that was really popping up, DK value wise on this morning video, and he produced. Okay, he is someone that, with Chris Durante still out, could be someone you're looking at. Again, because 28 and 34 minutes could be someone that pops. And once again, it is early in the morning when I'm recording this. The data might just not be updated to have that factored in there. It should be, but maybe it's just more or less Buddy Hield. Strong price point play as well. That's what it is. I think it's the fact that Aaron Naismith has not been ruled out just yet. That's what it is. Okay, that makes sense. So if he's ruled out, then yes, we see Andrew get a bump. So now let's check out the ownership. So yes, as expected, all right, Miles Turner is the highest projected owned player on the slate. And then we see Darius Garland, also very high owned. The 2 lowest priced players on the slate. It makes sense. Terry Rozier getting a lot of ownership as well. He is someone that's been shooting the ball 20 times over his last 3 games. Hasn't been able to make anything. We expect that to pick up. It makes sense that he would be high owned on the slate. DeAndre Ayton, I don't exactly agree with. Feels like people are trying to force that in there. Giannis should be high owned. Malik Monk, we'll see. Devin Vassell, maybe. Desmond Bane, Royce O'Neal. I'm fine with those. Okay. But as we can see, we could have that sneaky value play with Bobby Portis. Okay, that could be a very sneaky, I shouldn't say value play, but price point play for you, especially on FanDuel. Let's see what his ownership is on FanDuel. All right, so on FanDuel, yes, soaking up some ownership there. That just makes sense. Okay, too cheap on FanDuel. That makes sense. Bobby Portis popping up there. And that's just more the same. I mean, Giannis, yeah, a little bit cheaper on FanDuel. Going to be so much easier to fit him into your builds. That makes sense there. Miles Turner still getting high ownership on FanDuel. I wouldn't say he's like a must play on FanDuel like he is on DraftKings price point wise. So maybe a potential fade on FanDuel. And then just kind of more of the same ownership wise. So let's get into kind of that first build process, and then we'll be getting out of here for you guys. All right, so starting at the guard position here, like I said, there are a lot of quality price point plays you can go with on this slate. I I think going Darius Garland to start off with does make the most sense, but looking at like De'Aaron Fox could go for like 50 to 40. I'm fine with that. Tyrese Halliburton still too cheap. Like he's a price point play that you can easily make on this slate. Even going against Denver, I'm fine with it. Like sure, can he maybe just get you 30 DK points and hurt you? He can, but the chances are he's going to go for over 40 and has the potential to go for 50. So as a price point, still too cheap. Terry Rozier is someone that everyone likes on the slate. Seems like I said, the shot attempts are there, guys. All right, he just needs to start making them. Okay, if he gets hot or even has like a normal night shooting, he should be a strong play for you on this slate. Russell Westbrook, still kind of cheap for the usage that he's getting. I mean, he played 24 minutes, okay, and that's because he was in foul trouble, but still had 37 DK points, okay? Like, he should be at 8K given his usage, given his production since he's come off the bench. Okay, he's pretty much priced at his floor, and I love that. One thing I didn't do just yet, let's look at the game over and unders. Denver Pacers, that's a high over and under. Memphis, San Antonio, always pretty high. Okay, I thought this game over and under might be a little bit higher. That's what I was looking at specifically for Westbrook. Still not bad. We'll take that. Like, he is someone that wasn't popping up ownership-wise, which is a little bit shocking to me. So could play him. Jalen Brunson could be a 40 DK point play. Very cheap, honestly, for his production as of recent, okay? Interesting price point play. Like, you could easily go Garland, Westbrook, and Brunson and be getting like 120 DK points. So, as a base. So yeah, Garland just shooting the ball lots, very cheap price point. Someone I'm looking at. So Man was someone with John Wall out, was a strong price point play. Now he is kind of a little bit higher priced to the point where you don't have to play him, but still, if he gets around 30 minutes, could be a strong price point play. I will say John Wall at his price point of 5K is maybe too cheap. If he is going to be getting around 28 minutes, we see him get a little bit bump of minutes. If he's going to be getting around that, he is someone that should go for like 28 to 30 DK points. Like I said, Cam Thomas right there. I think he's a strong price point play. So you could plug him in there. And for now, we'll put Carter in there as well until we find some better value as the day goes on. So forward wise, let's just put Giannis in there. Should be a strong price point play. And I said, I like Bobby Portis, so I'm going to play him even on DraftKings where he's priced up a little bit too much. That could hurt me. Okay, that definitely could. That's a GPP risk that I'm taking with this build. The Toronto players, honestly, like they should bounce back. You saw Scotty Barnes, OG have poor games. There are players that I think can bounce back tonight. Okay, played in 38 minutes, just did not have it going for OG. Same thing with Scotty Barnes. We could see those two bounce back today and it wouldn't be shocking. Buddy Hield has been super productive as of recent. And honestly, like, I don't know, I might just have to play him because at 6.4, he's kind of priced at his floor right now. Like over his last, 6 games, his lowest DK point total was 35 DK points. I might just take it. At this price point, you can play him at guard or forward. Love that. He is someone that should be a strong price point play. Obviously, Miles Turner on the slate, you do want to play. Oh, we don't have enough left over. I thought we would. So where can we make an adjustment here? Let's take Cam Thomas out for now. Put Garland at the point guard spot. Sure, we'll put Joe Harris in there for now. Okay, fine with that. That works. 3.7. Let's go back in there. Let's see DK value-wise. Javon Carter, we already got. Maxey, maybe. Powell, maybe. Sumner, maybe. I'm going to go Norwa for now. This is maybe the Bucks fan in me coming out, but it's a first look build, trying to give you guys the feel of the slate, especially the feel of the slate when paying up for Giannis. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to give a like and subscribe. If you guys want access to any of the tools that you saw in this video, click the link in the description below. All right, it is a big 12-game slate. Make sure you are in that Discord chat as well. All right, thanks for watching and good luck on this slate.